Welcome back, everybody. Let's dive back in. So last time, if y'all will recall, I spent an unreasonable amount of time trying to kill Dung Eater. But we finally got his armor. We're still not really in a position to use his armor, but it is cool. However, with that said, we will probably want to invest in some endurance and also most likely grab an extra talisman to help us use it. But before we do that, we're going to do what we didn't have time to do at the end of last time. We are going to go and get our next tool. Welcome to the stream, Rafkin. And be marching. Welcome to you too. Well, hello to these guys. You know, that had surprisingly good tracking. And welcome to the stream, Lastborn. Now, part of the challenge that we're going to face here is that I don't really remember where exactly we're going. There's a lot of ground to cover in these sewers. Thank you for the hydrate. And yes, we are in a tunnel. We are in the sewers. Okay, we shouldn't have to go through here, but I do want to test whether these things can hit through walls. Well, they can, but they can't one-hit kill through walls. Anyway, let's get out of the way of the slugs that are going to be spitting poison in a moment. Okay, this is an important crossroads, if I recall correctly. Yeah, okay. I don't think that I want to go this way because... yeah. Honestly, probably shouldn't have even been bothering with the slugs because they really don't cause me too much trouble. And it's a bit of a waste of FP. Until they get aggressive like that, then they kind of need to be dealt with. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh yay. This is going well. Thing is, I'm not even 100% certain that we need... that this is the right section. I know that it's among the tunnels in the sewers, but there are a few sections of those. This is just the one that I've explored the most. I think the best option might just be to try and bait it into the tunnel and then run past. Going to do a quick little quit out just to be sure that guy isn't tailing me. Luckily, opening doors makes no sound. I don't think this guy comes through. Good. And I am going to go off a hunch, or what might be a vague recollection. I probably should have used the infant's head more. It just does so much more damage. So yeah, this is an interesting area to try and get through. There's actually a skip somewhere along here that lets you bypass almost all of this, but we're not trying to bypass it right now. We actually want to go down one of the tunnels branching off of this section. Jeez, that just isn't a good way to kill those things. Yeah. I think with the current version of the skip, the trick is to stand, like, right here and do one of those bow jumps that we did to get into Lane Dell. But that's not really main goal right now. See, that's a bit more of an ideal usage of that. The trouble is, we do have to kill an omen in order to get the item that we're trying to. And omens operate a bit too quickly for us to generally make use of the infant's head. This might be the path that we need. I'm pretty sure down that way leads to more stuff. But I think this tunnel might be the one that we need in order to find who we're looking for. Oh, yay. These guys just aren't worth fighting right now. Let's just run past. I think this might be it. In fact, it is. That right there, what you may have just seen before I quit out, is the omen that we need to kill for the item that we want to have. Now, unfortunately, since there's a good chance that our best bet for killing this thing will be hiding in the tunnel, this does mean that we will probably want to kill the stuff in the tunnel. At least in this closer portion of the tunnel. I think we can leave that guy. We just need to make sure not to retreat far enough to die to that guy. It was definitely a proximity-based wake-up, since we were not making noise. I don't even know if we have the FP to kill this thing. I wonder if we can open up a shortcut. Maybe. Okay, I think we're going to be able to open up a shortcut and get a rest before we try to fight that Omen. Which will be very helpful, because we are pretty low on flasks. And also, it takes a while to get there, and I don't want to have to do the whole trip again. Nice. So yeah, there are a lot of imps in this area, but luckily most of them can't get up here. They can only get down from here. So as long as we've taken care of the one that was right there, I think we should be good. Now the question is, can I cheese this? Okay, this is going to be difficult. I think our best bet might be the bell. I think we just need to try it legit. Like, we can definitely get a few hits off by We can definitely get a few hits on it by getting it to climb up the ladder so that it stands in our thing. But after that... I think our best bet is to head down below. Oh! Never mind. Apparently if we time it right, we might be able to get this thing to fall off. Okay, we might be able to cheese this. The downside is that it doesn't seem to be taking any fall damage. But the upside means that we shouldn't either. Dang it. I mistimed the cheese. Oh, oops. Why is it so confused about where I am? Like, y'all do understand why I'm trying to cheese this, I hope, because the bell is doing 112 on a hit, and is still slow enough that I struggle to get hits off. See, I'm not entirely certain what the difference is between attempts where it gets knocked off and attempts where it manages to make it back up. But I have a feeling it's going to make it back up. Hang on. Okay, it's at around half health. If I can keep this up... Should only take a little bit more. Okay, it seems to be taking fall damage when it goes back for some reason. I'm guessing that it's falling off the thing rather than doing it in whatever controlled way. Maybe not. Maybe I was just seeing the damage from... Yes! And now I'm guessing I have to pick it up from its body. The Omen Bairn! Let's go! I shouldn't even be that excited because out of the 3 tools that we have, while it's probably the most easy to use, it's definitely the worst damage-wise because, you may not know this, but past about a third of the way into Elden Ring, there is not a single major boss that doesn't have at least 40% magic resistance. It's really annoying. So, like, it's good for random enemies in the overworld. But that is about it. Here, I'll show you what it does. First, let's buff. Terra Magica doesn't apply because this one does holy damage. Is it climbing a ladder? Sorry, I just tried to make a jump that apparently I was not prepared to make. I thought I could make it. I didn't even recall imps being able to climb ladders. Whoa. I think it fell off. I am only 1,000 runes off leveling up, so I might as well do that. Now, the reason that we wanted the Omen Bairn is that the Omen Bairn, or the armor that we got from Dung Eater, is that the Omen Bairn is buffed by that armor. And now that we have it, there are a few bits of business that I want to take care of. And sadly, almost none of them are direct plot progression. Honestly, I would really like to have more stats, better stats, and with that in mind, we are going to try to kill a few overworld bosses. And yes, this is probably the best way to do it. Oh my gosh, how did he catch up with me? My horse was sprinting. It wasn't letting me move. Jeez, that jerks you around by... like... that jerks you around even more than the Ancestral Infant's head jerks enemies around. You can't move if you're caught in it. We're going to try something different. I mean, yes, if you're going to die, Death by Cool Dragon is kind of the way to go. But I kinda don't want to die. And of course, he's decided to go and get himself stuck past the rocks. Well, if it weren't for the fact that I know that at some point he's going to break out of that position and come back with a vengeance, probably at the worst possible moment. This would be a really good scenario, but I just don't trust it. Truthfully, I don't even know if the Omen Bairn has the range to do that. Okay, yeah, that's definitely not worth it, considering it's doing roughly the same damage with those hits as one little jingle on the bell. I'm trying to manage my distance kind of carefully. Because if I stay close enough that he never feels the need to reload, I might be able to make this work yet. Okay, this isn't gonna work. I am out of... I'm on my last juice. I'm not doing enough damage. Too many of my shots have been shot from too far away to hit. I'll go until I run out of magic, but I don't think this is going to work. And there I go. It wasn't gonna be enough. I was out of magic anyway. Oh, no, I need to not be here. I'm dead. I got stuck on the wall at the wrong time. The trouble is, like, it is just straight up death if you get caught in that fog that it conjures. You kind of just have to leave the fight when it uses that, because otherwise you are just wasting your time. This dragon is afflicted with scarlet rot. So it is coated in the same infection that covers everything you see around it. See, I much prefer to fight dragons in melee. Oh. That was closer than I would have liked. But XX really makes that pretty much impossible because of that fog attack. I don't know how he even still knows that I'm here. I've been out of his sight for ages. I just decided it would be best to back off for a minute and... Okay, if I can get like 4 more hits on him, it should be done. So I basically need to manage to not be stupid for like another 40 seconds. Okay. Dealt with X-Ikes, got a couple levels worth of runes. And it probably only took significantly longer than some other options available. Now, I actually don't even know that, because honestly, we don't have access to a ton of high-value overworld enemies right now. Oh, but we do have a hero's rune that I forgot about. Hang on, so that's just over 3,000 runes. Oh no, it was just over 2,000 runes. Some of that went to waste. So the positive is that now... we can afford to wear the fancy breastplate we got from Dung Eater. Okay. Oh, there was another thing that I wanted to take care of. Hang on. There we go. There's the map. Yeah. Okay, we're going to do a couple of things on our way there as well. Where is Margit's shackle? Yeah, so you remember that dude hanging out in a field? We're going to go and fight him, just because I want to demonstrate something. Oh, I thought I had timed that better. Look, I might be cheesing him because he just seems to have stopped understanding what's happening, but in my defense, I'm not intentionally cheesing him. I think that might just be more or less outside his range. What the? It went right through him. Okay, well, that might not have been the best use of our time, but oh well. I wanted to fight Margit to demonstrate how Margit's shackle works. This is yet another tool. And despite its intended purpose... Sorry. Despite its intended purpose being pretty narrow, that is... It's intended to just shackle Margit briefly for... shackle Margit briefly up to 2 times in Phase 1. It actually has a surprising number of other uses, especially that it can interact with a lot of objects that interact when you hit them, because it causes a mass area attack that deals 0 damage. Anyway, now we're going to get back to doing things that are actually relevant. Specifically, our first stop is going to be over at a church that is off in this direction, because that church has another sacred tier which will let us upgrade our flasks. And we'll stop at... Well, we're actually going to be stopping at 2 churches, if I can remember where both of them are. And I will remember where both of them are, because if I don't, I'm going to look it up, because I want those sacred tiers. I don't know why I'm bothering to pick all this stuff up. I'm pretty sure those fur balloons are useless in this run. Now, on the other hand, this right here, this little graveyard where I can pick up some runes, that is useful. As long as they aren't just ones. But we're on Altus, so there should be a decent number. They should be decently high-value runes. Just kind of ignore this knight. There's also another dragon fight that can take place up on this hill, which is arguably less annoying than Exike since it can't do a fog attack. It has a bunch of crazy lightning attacks, but I'm way better at dodging those because that's not just about distance. With that said, Okay. The other sacred tier is there. There's also a golden seed up here in Windmill Village that we should probably go get. We'll go for the sacred tier first. And since I'm pretty sure I'm going to die getting that sacred tier, and because I don't really care to worry about fighting, well, I don't know, maybe I should fight Eleonora. I probably should fight Eleonora. She gives a useful physic. Well, she gives a physic... No, never mind. I'm not planning to fight Moog on this file. We have no reason to go to Moog. I'm just trying to beat the game. Not trying to all remembrance it, because... honestly, there are a few bosses that would make all remembrances in this run absolute hell. Oh wait, that's right, we get to say hi to... I guess... Oh, so that's what happens if you've never done... If you haven't progressed What's-His-Face's questline. Anyway. While I'm thinking about it, we're going to go and grab something that I've wanted for a minute but haven't gotten around to getting. Oh. So yeah, let's grab this tier real quick. Ignore that guy, because he doesn't have anything that we need. And up here, up this way, we'll be able to get a hold of Brother Corin. Finally be able to get a better healing spell.
Whatever is the matter?
We're not really going to pursue Brother Corin's questline, but...
Oh, I'm a little shaken.
There we go. That was a decent use of those runes. Okay, we got the ritual shield. Yeah, I'm just trying to get some generally useful items that will help us with Margit because... or... no, we already did Margit. It'll help us with the next main boss because... ooh, Golden Rune 9, nice. The next main boss is going to be a doozy. Truthfully, I have never beaten this boss without summons. Also, truthfully, I've never tried. That's just because on my first playthrough, the boss... well, on my first playthrough I hadn't really even worried about whether I was using summons. And on my second full playthrough, I just decided that it was thematically appropriate to use a summon there for reasons associated with that specific run's theme. Anyway, this is Windmill Village, and there is supposed to be a golden seed somewhere around here. But I don't know exactly where. Well, I'm thinking about it. I'm going to remove that. So yeah, these people are all certifiably crazy. There's an enemy up here that we could fight, but aren't going to because we don't really have a reason to in this playthrough, and he's difficult. Okay, where the heck is this golden seed? It's gotta be somewhere nearby, but not actually in the village, I guess. Fine, I'll check the map. I'm trying not to constantly tab out to check the map, is the thing. Okay, so it's right about there. There's one there as well. Nice doggo. Be good now. Hey there, folks. Just passing through. I believe there's a grace right over this way. Am I wrong? Oh well. I'm just trying to skim through and get the golden seeds that are easily available. What? The one in this campsite might be worth grabbing. You have to take on a lesser ulcerated tree spirit, but that shouldn't be too much trouble. Oh, I forgot to adjust my physic. I'm still on Twiggy tier. I kind of want to fight this one up close. Dang it. I didn't get around to getting my flask fast. Well, I probably should have just been smarter and waited to drink my flask until it was safe. I think that's going to be something that I need to remember. I was so focused when we first got into this challenge, and then I proceeded to cheese everything for several bosses, and now I'm forgetting how to do basic Elden Ring combat. So, I love how every single time it's going to drop out of the sky to kill those things, those guys. Everyone hates these guys. Honestly, they're one of my favorite bosses because the combat is very instinctive. Nice. That was a decent profit. Now, unfortunately, there aren't too many other seeds to get that we don't have to fight bosses for, so we'll probably not bother fighting more bosses for seeds. We got one extra flask, and I just wanted to kind of get my eye in there. With that said, it is now time to completely ignore all of these enemies. Briefly head back to Brother Corrin because I now have runes to buy more spells from him. Whew. And then we will head to our next main boss. So the final boss of this city is Morgott. He is the monarch. He is a demigod and the monarch of Leyndell. But before we can get to him, we have to go through that building that you see right there.
Still safe, and after coming.
I suppose we could also grab the ritual sword talisman, but I don't know if we really need it. And this guy would be a pain to fight, so since we don't have to, we won't. I don't know how he didn't hear us, given I was just sprinting past him, but you know what, I'll take it. I've noticed that a lot of NPCs in Leyndell seem to be pretty unperceptive. I mean, some of them react, but a lot of them just don't. A lot of them are too concerned with staring at the Erd tree to notice my presence. Oh, I wish they had the travel medallion from Tears of the Kingdom, where you just have one item that you can use to make a temporary teleportation point. They could even be single use and somewhat expensive. It would still be fine. Okay, now, one important thing here. We will absolutely not have time to use the infant's head here. This guy is pretty quick. Annoyingly so. So instead, we are just going to rush in there. Oh, wait, why am I suddenly over... I was overweight. I didn't know that his foot had collision in that. Huh. You'd think that I would have learned from the first time I found out that his foot had collision. Oh, I forgot to prep the healing spell I learned from Corin. Well, that's great. Okay, hang on. We're going to go back, and I am going to start this fight significantly better. Mainly better prepared. But also I won't be going in overweight. Great heal. There we go. I don't think that does anything for us here, but... No, I can't afford to wear gloves. That's fine. Jeez. I really thought that I was properly spaced for that, to be honest. Well, this is going well. I keep forgetting that that has collision. I keep thinking I can just jump over, but no, when I'm that close... Yes, so much running uphill. It's a lot. You know, I think I'm going to try to see what it's like. I'm going to try and see if I can find openings with the Ancestral Infant's head. Because if I can... Okay, so there are definitely openings. I think it's better if I free aim. Okay, this is honestly going all right. Oh, that went well. That was actually a lot easier than I expected. I think when I just forced myself to genuinely just actually do what I needed to. Like, I had to force myself to use the better option, but it definitely made it easier. Let's keep buffing endurance. Get a few more levels, because I hope to one day be able to wear all of the Dung Eater's equipment. I can't yet. Not by a good chunk, but... now, if I remove that talisman, and I guess I'll equip that one. Ritual Shield. I don't have anything better at the moment. Yeah, I don't have anything more applicable. Can I afford gloves? I can afford these gloves. What's crazy? So, real quick, if I wear... so every piece of the Omen armor grants a 5% boost to all Omen Bairn damage, which means altogether this right here is a 20% boost. Gotta appreciate that red hair. On the other hand, this shining horned headband, which strengthens the Ancestral Infant's head, by itself is a 20% boost. To the Ancestral Infant's head. All by itself, that one item grants a 20% boost to those abilities. To that ability. Which makes it so much easier to max out damage from the Ancestral Infant's head. You know, I don't know if we really have any reason to do this, but we'll go ahead and grab the stuff that's up here anyway. Oh, the Erd Tree Bow. We're never going to use that. Celestial Dew. We might at some point use that. And this item, which is on this random chair just hanging from the ceiling, at least I think it's a chair, since someone is sitting on it, is a key item that allows for one particular ending in the story. Now, we are about to encounter a Black Knife Assassin. You can see them just up ahead there. But I'm going to employ a really unique strategy for dealing with them. I'm going to run past them and pretend they aren't there. Ah, jeez. I really need to put that on not my hotbar. fact that that made them immune to... The fact that that backstab made them immune to my infant's head damage was really annoying. It doesn't matter. I was just trying to kill them to see if I could. I didn't do too bad, to be fair. This build benefits from a lot of poise, and that is one of the strengths of Dung Eater's armor. We take hits way better than we did before. Also, we've got the Ritual Shield Talisman, so that's nice. Speaking of the Ritual Shield Talisman, though, we are going to go and do something else. Because it's something that I want. Oh, I thought this put me out at the top. Never mind. I thought this was going to avoid a trip around a hill, but no, it required an extra trip up an elevator. Now... I'm pretty sure there's a way to climb this hill from this side. There's your mom, guys. This is a favorite of a lot of people to kill because the boss is incredibly easy and the talisman that it guards is absolutely fantastic. So, Ritual Shield Talisman gives a buff to defense when you're at full HP, meaning you can take the first hit better, which is really nice, but Ritual Sword Talisman gives a buff to attack power, which is genuinely the better option. Or not genuinely, generally. I can't remember which I said. Let's see, I need another 9,000-ish. $1,300. Alright, now it's time to do that thing that I have been trying to get to this entire stream, but I haven't gone straight for. Also, I just realized we just got Blessing of the Erd Tree. We should memorize that. Ooh, I can't cast it yet. Hang on. 38 faith, whereas I currently have 22. Yeah, even with the... Okay, so we're starting to hit incantations that we can't beat. Give me just a sec while I retool a thing or two. We don't need that in our spell list for this one. You know, I haven't used that shield in a while, and if I take it off, I can afford, like, a couple extra pieces of armor. So, this is the one summon that I allowed myself in my Black Flame only run, which was my second run. Because there are strong indications that Melina has ties to the Glowmide Queen, which made it an appropriate thematic choice. Anyway. This fight is going to kind of suck. While I'm thinking about it, we're going to remove the Omen Bairn because it is just straight up useless here. Like, it's such a terrible option. And it's time for you to rediscover Morgott.
Graceless, tarnished. What is thy business with these thrones?
Hi, Margit. Or should I say Morgott?
Godric the Golden. The twin prodigies, Mikola and Melania. General Radahn, Praetor Rykard, Luna Princess Rani.
The royalty, or the demigods
Willful traitors.
of of Queen Marika and King Consort Radagon.
Thy kind are all of a piece. Pillagers, emboldened by the flame of ambition.
And one of the coolest swords in the game,
grave.
by far.
Felled by King Morgott.
Oh, I forgot.
Lost
He doesn't have a long walk up in this one because it starts you close to him. Hang on, we're just gonna drink some juice. And now it's time I will hydrate after the fight. I keep forgetting where my... I've kept forgetting where my red flask is. I think I need to rearrange my flasks real quick. And now I will drink. Thank you for the hydrate, Lastborn. And before you say it, no, I did not die of dehydration. Okay, so this time around, we're going to start at the fog gate as opposed to right smack dab in front of his face. And that will make it a little bit easier to go ahead and buff up. I'm going to save my physic for phase 2, I think. Great, I am now forgetting the new location for it. It's okay. Once I get used to this organization, this should work out alright. And we do have Margit's Shackle, which, yes, it does also apply to Morgott. They are the same person. Margit is just the name that he used to take when he was out among the people. I'm impatient, and also I need to get... I got a hair in my mouth, hang on. I'm impatient, and I need to get better at the timing for that spear. So I'm pretty decent at the timing for most of his stuff. You know, you can actually skip this fight, I think, if you do some precise jumps on this railing. I'm not going to do it because I genuinely want to fight Morgott. Morgott. And... I always seem to panic roll when he's winding up that spear. It takes so long. I wonder if it would be easier to focus on... So the thing is, there are certain very large openings in his second phase if you're prepared to be patient and wait for them. I wonder if prior to the second phase I should just use the bell. It might work better. I'm going to try it. I kind of got caught on a wall and once again got wrecked by the timing on that spear. Funny thing is, the last build that I beat him with, or the first build that I beat him with, was a melee build. And with the melee build, you literally don't even have to think about that spear, because if he starts winding it up, you just get close to him and he can't hit you if you're right in front of him. I think jingling him to death and jingling him through the first phase will probably be more effective. But at the same time, there's a part of me that really feels like I should just learn to bait out the specific attacks that will let me use the infant head, because that just does so much more damage that it makes it a lot more effective in a lot of ways. So I'm not going to manage to play this perfectly. I'm just not that consistent. Like, look at that. I mean, I did just die because I got impatient, as I always do, but the fact of the matter is that one thing did like 7 bells worth of damage in about 4 seconds. I hit the wrong button again. Once again, I went for up instead of left. I think I do need to keep it on up. I keep doing that accidentally. However, that was definitely going better. If I make effective use of his shackle, and also the couple of openings that are big enough to get off of free, ancestral head, I think it will be faster than if I did otherwise. That was not one of those times when it's free. I'm dumb. Okay, so now I know why I shouldn't use the shackle while he's in there, because I can't chase him in to keep him in there. See, the thing is, it's not just getting off the attack with the infant's head, it's getting off the attack and being in a position where I can convince him to hang around in that space for a while. Okay, I think I'm starting to get it. It's only taken like 20 minutes of attempts, and I'm already vaguely starting to understand.
Shall not be forgiven.
Dang it, I was doing well. Okay. So the big openings in his attacks are not as big as I thought they were. I'm going to need to be really careful and really learn where they are. Oh, you know what? There was one other thing that I wanted to do to prepare that I completely forgot about. Hang on. Here. Yeah, no, I completely forgot about something. So I do kind of have to sprint past a bunch of enemies that will start shooting at me soon enough. Thankfully, Dung Eater's armor is pretty durable. Hi guys. See what I mean? That massive arrow clocked me directly. And it only did a little tick of damage. I love how you can just whack enemies with staves. So yeah, this is at the bottom of a canyon in Caelid that is a massive pain to try and get down if you aren't doing it the intended way. And I need to fiddle with my settings real quick. Because there is one system setting that I don't really want to have to deal with for this run. And I'm probably going to have to quit out and load back in order for it to work. So I just turned off the option that says that I'm playing online. Yeah. And the message about online play no longer pops up. Okay. So the reason I did that is that we're about to face a boss that is different depending on whether you are playing online. Well, it's not even really a boss. It's a little challenge that is different depending on whether you're playing online or offline. And the offline version is generally easier, so we are going to play offline. And it's not the giant jar. So this is a little challenge posed by that giant jar to obtain a very useful talisman, which will help us with our current equip load problems. Oh, and I started it accidentally. So, by talking to him, he gives you these 3 summon signs. Now, if you're playing online, these are real players who they're the big thing is that their build level carries over, which is the worst aspect of it. Whereas if you play offline, oh, I thought I had already summoned. I'm just gonna let it kill me. That fight was going poorly. I think I'm going to want a shield for that one. Because if I can riposte them, that will make things much easier. To be fair though, it looks like my damage against these guys is absolute trash. So yeah, it's 3 back-to-back NPC fights. Would you please stop targeting Torrent? That's right, forget where I am. Okay, surely he will lose track of me after this shot. Nope. Oh, these guys are annoying. And it's way too much of a waste of resources to try and kill them. I always thought that was kind of interesting. I'm assuming that is a dead god, but not entirely sure. So yeah, you notice how that person is the same as before? Oh, later be marching. You know what? As much as I want to kill these guys and get that talisman, I want to finish Margit this stream more. And I think we can do it. I'm going back to that. I was dumb. Also, I wasn't even thinking about his shackle. An important thing to know is that his shackle only works in phase 1, and it only works on him twice per fight. that brief time ducking away to try and do something else helped me lose focus enough that I'm now struggling a lot more than I was right before I left. He was really putting out good attacks. I'll be honest. He was just outplaying me there. That wasn't even... That was way more him being smart than me being dumb, I feel. It was probably a lot me being dumb, but he was really putting in work. Okay. So I am learning a few places where I can safely get hits off. The big one is that if I outspace that hammer, which I can probably do just by dodging the sword attack and then turning around and just running away, rather than rolling, which I've been doing so far. I think I can get a hit in there. And also, later, Lastborn. Also, I messed that one up hard. Thank you for the hydrate, last one. I hit X when I first got in there instead of hitting the button to cast my incantations. I could probably even drop Terra Magica I never have time to cast it, and he doesn't hold still very well. The other thing that I was going to say is that if he's a little distance away, using the infant's head can sometimes bait him to just charge into it, because he's just reacting like he would to a spell or another projectile. Now the matter of actually playing well is on me, and that does seem to be the major failing here. Dang, he got a triple hit there. He managed to hit me with all 3 daggers. Huh. I might just want to wrap it up. I'll go till 10:30. If we don't beat him by then we'll wrap it up and pick it up next time. It's just, I feel like I'm starting to get into bad habits, and it's usually better to stop when that happens and let yourself reset. Still can't dodge that spear. I just go too early. I'm too panicked. Is it? You know, the dumbest part about this is probably the fact that I have very seriously considered starting a second run in the background just to help myself practice for this run. Okay, that wasn't a bad run, to be fair. I was playing more intelligently. Which is probably a sign that I should stop and have the right way of doing it fresh in my head when I leave here, but... oh well. We got time for, like, one more attempt. Like, realistically, one more.
shall not be forgiven.
Oh, I'm dead. Alright, that's the last attempt. I don't have time, realistically, to finish another. We were getting better there towards the end. That is all I can realistically say about that. Is that we were, in fact, getting better. But I think I just need a break. Maybe in the next couple of days I'll try and fire up another file, get my eye in a little bit, try and be a little bit more prepared for the run when we come back on the weekend. But yeah, thanks everyone for being here though. That was, unironically, Morgott is a very difficult boss. He is agile, he is aggressive, and he has arms. Between his arms and his sword, he can reach about a quarter-mile away. So, genuinely a difficult boss. And I'm not incredible at this game. And that build is, and the build that we're running is pretty bad. So we'll have to see. That's the best that I can say, is we'll have to see. Next time around, we'll probably start by trying to do a couple of those things that might make it a bit easier to fight Morgott. But yeah. Thanks for being here. Thanks for chatting and lurking as you did. It's good to see you, Rafkin, and glad that we could have some other folks in here before. I appreciate y'all. I hope to see you next time. Later, folks.